Some loves don't start with a kiss, they start with a mistake, and end with a scar you can't hide. It starts in silence, the kind that feels heavy, like the air knows a secret you're trying to forget. Rain slides down a glass window as city lights blur into broken colors. Somewhere, a person stands still, breathing slow, holding on to a moment that should have never happened. This isn't a love story that begins with hope. It begins with regret. A voice speaks softly, almost afraid of its own words. We all think we're in control, until one choice changes everything. Hands tremble, fingers clench and unclench, as if guilt has a pulse of its own. Memories flash without warning, late nights, stolen glances, silence filled with meaning. No faces are shown, because guilt doesn't need a face. It lives in the body, in the pause before you speak, in the look you avoid. The city keeps moving, unaware. Cars pass. Lights turn green, then red. But for them, time feels stuck. Every second drags the weight of what was done, then what can't be undone. A door closes somewhere. Not loudly, just enough to know something is ending. The voice returns. Heavier now. We knew the line was there. We saw it, and we crossed it anyway. Rain falls harder. A shadow leans against a wall, head lowered. Like the ground is the only thing that understands. This isn't about blame yet. It's about realization. About the moment you understand that love didn't save you. It exposed you. And once guilt enters the story, it never leaves quietly. It didn't happen all at once. That's the lie people tell themselves to sleep at night. The truth is, it grew slowly. A look held for 1 second too long. A conversation that went deeper than it should have. To lives moving closer without ever saying the word why. The voice returns. Calm but shaken. We told ourselves it was harmless. Just feelings. Just moments. But moments stack up. And feelings don't stay quiet. Two figures walk through the same space, never touching, yet always aware of each other. The air between them feels charged. Like one wrong move could burn everything down. Hands brush by accident and the world stops. Not because it's right, but because it feels impossible to resist. The silence between them speaks louder than words ever could. Every step closer feels like a step away from who they were supposed to be. There's laughter now, soft and brief, followed by guilt that hits just as fast. Messages are typed, then erased. Calls are missed on purpose. Doors are left half open, as if commitment itself is being avoided. The voice overlaps, torn and honest. I tried to stay away, I really did. But some feelings don't listen. Desire doesn't ask for permission. It just shows up and demands to be felt. The world outside keeps its rules. Inside, everything feels undone. This isn't romance wrapped in beauty. It's temptation wrapped in fear. Because deep down, they already know this connection isn't saving them. It's pulling them towards something they won't escape without losing a part of themselves. There comes a moment when pretending stops working. When silence no longer protects you and distance no longer feels safe. The air feels tighter now, harder to breathe. The voice is no longer calm. That's when I knew. There was no going back. A hand reaches for another. Not by accident this time, but with choice. And that choice changes everything. A door closes, slow and final. The sound echoes, louder than it should. Somewhere, a phone lights up with a name that isn't answered. A ring slips from trembling fingers and hits the floor, sharp and cold. Promises made long ago begin to crack. What once felt like control now feels like free fall. The music rises, fast and restless, matching the chaos inside their chest. They try to justify it. They always do. Just one more time, just until it feels less. But it never does. Guilt grows teeth. Every stolen moment cost more than the last. Smiles turn forced. Laughter fades too quickly. The weight of lies becomes harder to carry, pressing down with every breath. Love doesn't feel soft anymore, it feels dangerous. The city watches from a distance, lights glowing like silent witnesses. Reflections in mirrors don't feel familiar now. The voice cracks, raw and exposed. We didn't fall in love. We stepped into it, knowing it would hurt. And once that truth settles in, the damage is already done. Because some choices don't explode right away. They break you slowly and completely. The fall doesn't come with warning. It comes with noise. Raised voices behind closed walls. Tears that won't stop. Words spoken that can never be taken back. The storm outside finally matches the one inside. Rain hits hard, soaking the streets, washing nothing away. The voice sounds tired now, almost empty. I thought love was worth it, but I didn't know the cost. Shadows move fast, restless, breaking apart. Something shatters glass, trust, maybe both. A hand presses against a chest, trying to slow a heart that won't listen. breathing becomes uneven. Fear replaces desire. What once felt like passion now feels like punishment. Every secret is heavy. Every memory cuts deeper than before. Someone stands alone in the rain, not chasing, not staying, just frozen. The world feels louder, crueler. The music reaches its peak and then suddenly drops, leaving only silence and breath. The voice whispers, barely holding together. We didn't mean to destroy everything, but we did. There is no anger left now, only truth. This is where love stops pretending, where excuses fall apart. What remains is guilt, honest and unavoidable. Because when everything collapses, there's no one else to blame, no enemy, no villain. Just two people standing in the ruins of their own choices, finally understanding the name of their story. Culpa Nuestra. Our fault. Silence returns, heavier than before. Not the calm kind this one stays. Two figures stand apart close enough to feel each other, too far to reach back. No anger left, no excuses, just the truth settling in slowly, painfully. The voice comes back one last time, quiet and honest. If we could go back, would we change anything? The question hangs in the air, unanswered. Culpa Nuestra. Our fault in one final line, simple and sharp, because some mistakes feel exactly like love. Prime Video, 2026.